Hey gang, it is Tom from the Business Funding Network. Welcome to my home office studio slash my workspace. It's great to spend just a few minutes with you today. Who are we? We are a 10-year-old, decade-old national company, the cash flow experts in the Business Funding Network, that helps people specifically get access to, as the name suggests, capital, money, funding. And we specialize, surprisingly, in all types of money sources. Not just one, because obviously there are many different ways and different methods that you can do the kinds of things that we teach and we recommend. So I want to review for you real quickly. Let's just take out a pen and paper and quickly let's review a new grants program. So this is a way that could really potentially help a lot of my viewers. Now some may ask me, Tom, why? Why go down the beaten path? Why talk about something different aside from the traditional, normal business funding sources that you've been teaching for a decade? Well, that's a great question. And the reason is because there are many different methods and sources of capital, of money, of funding. And grants is an often overlooked program and method to get money into your business and in your personal life. I mean, clearly one size does not fit all. So why would we be ridiculous enough to assume that I could not teach multiple methods, because there obviously are many that work extremely well if you learn these techniques. So here is what I have for you today, how it can help you and what I recommend you do at the end of this quick video session. Okay? So first of all, let's go down the list if you're taking notes. What are grants? Grants are actual cash resources, cash money, greenbacks, that are provided through government programs. So the government, in its benevolence, gathers all of our tax money together and then spends it, right? That's the role of the government. Well, one of the things the government does in spending it is earmarks lumps of it, pools of it, sets that aside for particular kinds of activity. So grants are nothing more than earmarked pools of money for a huge host and variety of different activities, some of it business related, some of it real estate related, some of it personal related. So what a grant basically is it's your money in a way that can come back to you if you learn these proper techniques. What kind of grant programs are out there and available? Well, thousands, literally tens of thousands. They're as varied as all the the colors of the rainbow. So you can, as I just mentioned earlier, you can easily qualify for grants that can help you with real estate, with improvements, with housing. You can get grants for just a huge variety of business purposes. Of course, you probably have heard there are grants to go back to school, to pay off debt. The list is vast and enormous of all the things that you can do business-wise and on a personal level where grants can provide money for you based on the fact that you know exactly what the system is and how to work it, can provide money for you that you can do tons and tons of things. Now, another great observation is, do you have to be in a special group? Are there only a certain kind of demographic of people or only certain kinds of groups that can do that? Of course not. I mean, obviously you know that there are women and minority programs that are specifically earmarked and set aside for those kind of special interest groups or whatever, demographics, whatever you would call them. But as I mentioned, you don't have to fit into any certain one category to get access to this money, this funding, these grants. Business can use this and does all the time. Real estate people use this all the time. So there are just tons of applications and uses with many of these grants programs, and do not feel like you're somehow going to be disqualified. If you know the different programs that are available and you know the specific steps on how to acquire them, then anybody can do this. And that's what we want to help walk you through. In just a moment I'll tell you about that. Another great question, important thing to learn is, how do you get them? Okay, so we understand that grants are viable. This is not just me coming out of thin air with this new cockamamie idea. They've been around for decades and decades. So how you get them is you have to be trained and explained in how to identify the right ones, and then you have to go through the process and you have to apply. So this is a very specific way to success, and people need to be shown steps and need to be taught these principles in order to be able to tap into these resources, because it's like if you went to take a driver's test and you'd never thought at all about what any of the rules of the road are, obviously you're not going to get your license. You're going to fail that test. Well, with grants, we show you exactly how you can quickly get access to those programs by understanding and knowing how to complete this. Another great question I put on the board is, do they have to be paid back? Meaning, does the grant money have to be paid back? Well, in many cases, okay, that's one of the purposes of grants, is it's not a loan. In many cases, this money is earmarked and never needs to be paid back. That's incredible. So either you can get into ones that are super low interest, depending on what the use of the application may be, or the vast majority of them are monies that are given to you as long as it's used in this specific way that never needs to come back, never needs to be paid back. So that's obviously a huge motivating factor for people to take the time. Why are you interested and motivated in taking the time to go through and learn this process and qualify for it? Well, the reason is the payoff is, in many cases, you never have to pay the money back because that's what it's been set aside for. And a common question. I know there's skeptical people. I mean, this world, sadly, is filled with people that don't believe in Santa Claus or whatever the case may be. So one of the questions I can hear from time to time is, Tom, does this really work? I mean, you're talking about something, you're reviewing something, but can I believe in this? Does it really work? And I would answer that by saying, these programs are available and they're viable. So again, it's not me saying something is far-fetched and you've never heard of it before. It has worked before. It's working now. It'll work for you. So of course these programs work. Of course this program will take you through and show you exactly how, yes, you can get money. So absolutely, this is going to work like anything else. People who don't learn these principles won't experience the enjoyment and the success, and then they can blame whatever they want. But in this program, you're going to learn the exact principles. Here's what I'm going to encourage you to do immediately. Okay, today, do this right now. Click the Order Now link right beside my video screen and go and check out this incredible tutorial program, this incredible program of the wealth of all of the resources that will show you how to quickly put grant money in your hands. You're going to need instructions to navigate through this. Obviously, this is something that is very interesting, and it could be a little intimidating for people that really haven't come up to speed with it. So this program is going to walk you through and guide you through exactly what your choices are, the selection process, and the way to nail the request so you get approved. I mean, we've been doing this for years in the business field. I learned a long time ago, if you learn the formula and you fill things out a certain way, success, bingo, money comes pouring in. Well, the same kind of thing applies to people who are experts in the field of grants. So I'm going to encourage you right now, stop what you're doing, click the Order Now link, a new page will open up, and you'll be able to investigate this incredible opportunity for you to get money from government grants. And here's what I want to say about that. If you have worked most of your life and you've paid taxes, it is your right to get some of that money back. So this is not a handout. This is not some benevolence. You and I put that money into the pool. It specifically was set aside for certain uses, and when you learn what those uses are and how to fill the information out properly, you're going to get that money back. So it's your money. It's your right. Don't feel like it's a handout or it's somehow beneath you. It is cash that can be and should be used to better the economy, to beautify neighborhoods. I mean, the government, let's face it frankly, the government stinks at getting things done, right? It's always gridlock. So the government knows that, and they've specifically empowered through these grant programs people, entrepreneurs, small business owners, individuals, to do the kinds of things that help the economy, help the society that the government couldn't possibly do because they can't get out of their own way most of the time, right? So I encourage you immediately, check out this federal grant source. It is incredible. Click the Order Now link beside my screen. That'll direct you to the page. It'll open up immediately, red, white, and blue. It's the federal grant source that I strongly recommend. What you're going to do when you click the order link, the page opens up. You're going to find on the right-hand lower side, pick the type of grant you may be interested in. This doesn't lock you in. You're just investigating at this point. Okay? So pick the type. You'll see a menu. Pick the type, enter in your information, include your email address, and then hit submit. And that'll start you in the process of learning more about what's out there, what's available to you. And I really recommend that you join this program, that you enroll in the program. So click the Order Now link beside my video screen. That red, white, and blue federal grant source page will open up. Have been working with them for years and years. They have been a great friend to us, a great resource for our people. This is my final say on this cool grants program. Let the experts, okay, anybody who's good at something is worth their weight in gold. Let the experts at federal grant sources help you to quickly understand exactly what your options are and what the best money sources are to help you in any situation, whatever need or question you may have. You really can't do this alone, and the reward of success is well worth it. So give it a try. Test it out. You've got really practically nothing to lose. It's your money anyway. Get some of it back. Put it to good use. That's what we have had as a mandate, to educate people for over 10 years of all of these cool ways that they can and should be doing things, because whatever I help people do, it always comes back in spades. They do more good. It increases the tax base. The world just becomes a better place through the strength of you, folks like you who are hardworking, small business owners, folks who are interested in being entrepreneurs, real estate investors, traders, whatever your niche happens to be. So take this action immediately. Do this right now. Okay, from this review, I recommend immediately click the Order Now link. Opens up the federal grant source page. Go ahead and enter in your information down on the lower right-hand side of the page. Pick the type of grant that you may be interested in. You'll see a big menu. If you're confused, just pick one. Just eeny, meeny, miny, moe. Then enter in your little bit of information, include your email address, and then click the submit button, and that'll get you started on the investigation process. Very, very cool. I strongly recommend you do this immediately. Click the Order Now link. All right, thanks for your time. Always appreciate you tuning in, and I'll look forward to talking to you all soon. Bye-bye.